Hey guys, welcome to another session of FFBE Global News. This is part 2 of Citra's week. Now, it's already Thursday, it's already after the maintenance. We'll wake up and then there's news saying that there's awakenings. At this point, I don't know what what the point is with the news. I think, I mean, at least it lets you know, but still really happy about it, but very surprising. It felt like it's a week earlier than when we last got our, compared to our first and second batch versus the third and fourth. Feels like we got it a bit earlier, like a week or two earlier. So it was kind of surprising. But some awakened units. Of course, you can see Barbie here, Barbariccia. This is the first time, guys. First time. It's very exciting that she gets a 7-star. Knowing that in JP we got Rubicant as the 7-star or 5-star base FF4 unit, one of the fiends, but she is our first time, so it's a lot of new experiences. I'm gonna go through it a bit. I have their kits opened up and I'm pretty impressed, I have to say. We have Eileen, we have Veritas of the Dark, Veritas of the Flame, Veritas of the Light, Preesh, Zargabaath, Rem, of course, Aiko, and Beatrix. I haven't even had time to actually look into Aiko and Beatrix, or to see if there's any changes to their 7-star form on global. But definitely this is not a full video on my in-depth study on them. I'm pretty sure it will be spread throughout videos where I'm actually giving context of how to use them or how I'm using them. But a couple things I do want to look into is Rem, Zargabaath, and even Barbariccia here, which so she's getting ability awakenings on the same day, which is really awesome. So anyways, if you have Barb, congrats. I have no Barbie. I'll talk about this later when we talk about the banners, but I'm definitely gonna try to pull for her. Hopefully I get a 7-star at least, but oh man, her STMR is already crazy too. Anyways, she gets a couple good mods increases. In her 7-star, she gets let's see here, taking a quick look, CD skill, Looming Tempest. Do we have anything here? No. Looming Tempest is enables triple black magic for 3 turns, and she's already incredibly strong, so that's really good. It's a 90 MP skill, auto revive for self, refresh MP of 200. So wow, man, it's really good. 6-turn cooldown, which is fine. In your rotation, I don't know how you would slot this in right now. I'm not really familiar with her except Tornado Aroja combo. Let's see, Tempest Eye. It's another CD skill. Lightning wind damage 12 times to all enemies. It seems like a tornado chaining family. And it decreases lightning and wind resistance by 120% in wow. For 4 turns too. That I really want her now. I don't want to curse myself by saying I want her and not get her. Let's see here. Ominous Forecast. It's another CD skill at level 110. Reflect 1 spell for 3 turns to all allies. Okay, so it's AoE Reflect. Magic increase 3 turn to caster. 150% magic, and increase 300% magic for 1 turn to caster. Okay, so 6-turn cooldown available on turn 6. So technically you get 1 turn after using it where your magic is 300%. Oh wow, that is... Oh man, she's gonna become crazy. She's going to be the best mage right now. If you're not locked, I mean, locked to obviously wind and apparently lightning elements as well, but she'll be the strongest mage. If used after, okay, so if you use Sunder, use after Erodra Fury, you get 10 times magic damage, 1 hit for Sunder. Or is that that's not even without, that's without enhancements. I'm looking at her base kit right now. Hold on, let me go into her passives a bit here. So level 101, a 7-star with her TMR equipped, she gets even more killers to beasts, birds, humans, and stone monsters magic damage. So I mean, combined with her TMR, let me do the calculation here. Come out with TMR that is another 50. Oh, so wow. So she has 100% magic killers for those 4 species. Plus, with that TMR equipped, she gets a 1x additional modifier to Eroja, Flurry, and Tornado. So then her Tornado, this is pre-enhancements. Let's see here. Tornadoes will become a 3.5 times. 3.5 times magic damage. And let's see, Eroja would be a 3 times magical damage. Either way, it's all so crazy, man. I'm reading this and I'm just shocked. I mean, I did light reading right before making this video here, but that is incredible. Flurry, where is that? I'm trying to look it up. Flurry. Okay, Flurry's not that important. 4 hit. Wind damage is it becomes a 4 times. It's pretty strong too, I guess. 4 hit. All right, and then at level 110, 7-star, she gets Raging Wind, a new magic, which is a wind magic 1.2 times, considered to have a 9 times stack, so 12 times max to one enemy. Wow. So if it's black magic, technically you could dual cast it too. Oh no, but it's 1 hit. So basically, you could go with, if it's a longer trial, you could go Tornado Chain, and then Raging Wind, or Tornado Chain and Raging Wind. You build up that stack instead. It's a 1.2 times, and with Eroja getting an increase with your TMR equipped, you want to do the math there, but obviously Raging Wind has a higher potential max cap, so if it's a long drawn out battle and you can keep up the stacks, going Raging Wind would be the best way to go. Wow, that's a lot of fun stuff. Her STMR, which I don't think I'll even get, let alone a 7-star, is really good too. 50 magic, so I mean, that for people who want to deck out your accessories for high magic, that's the way to go now, because that also gives you a 20% HP and MP and a 50% wind resistance, and it gives you Winds of Chaos, which I think can only work for her, but it doesn't really say it on the wiki, so it could technically work for anyone with Eroja, Tornado, Aurora, Arrow, or I don't even know how to pronounce it, Eroga, and Raging Wind. It increases the modifiers, so I mean, so that's a really good. It has an additional 1 times modifier for Tornado and a 1.5 times modifier for Raging Wind and Eroja. So I'm just looking at those. Wow, it has other stuff too. With all her wind abilities, it gets increased if you get her STMR. What the heck is this? So like I said, take my word for it. I think she will be the strongest mage. Stronger than TT, I think. I haven't done the math yet, guys, so I'm not calculating TT's quadcast stack, but I think over time, Barbariccia would be stronger. That's including just for herself. No outside buffs, no outside imperils, just from the unit itself. So TT quadcast on first turn, stacking fire, but then later be able to quadcast again after she does her CD skill. You get what I mean. I think over time Barbariccia has higher damage potential if you're fighting an enemy that's not resistant to wind or any of the elements that both mages are combined with. Obviously they have different types of play. Barbariccia will be a longer term damage unit, as in the longer the trial the stronger she gets, whereas TT really emphasized on quick hitting, killing ASAP, since she'll run out of MP anyways. Whew. Level 120, 7-star passives, magic spirit HP plus 20%, increased magic, equipment magic, so TDH magic and TDW magic, 50% when single wielding and 50% when dual wielding. At that point, I think it doesn't even matter. I think you just go dual wield. I think. Unless they cap it at, well, we don't have anything that can lift the cap over 300 anyways, or 100. So yeah, but most likely dual wielding would be the most beneficial for her right now, just thinking right now. And yes, Looming Tempest doing that CD skill will give you triple cast for 3 turns. Something about her LB being increased too. 1 second. I think Okay, so that's just her base. That's just her 7-star. Now let's get into the enhancements. So it doesn't even have the enhancements here on the wiki at the moment. But you look at the enhancements here on the screen. Cyclone Shield. So is that hold on 1 second here. Like I said, I don't own her, so I really don't know her until now. Cyclone Shield, it's a increased magic. It's a buff. I don't know how important this is. To be honest, she can buff herself in her CD rotation. So really, Cyclone Shield I think really benefits her before she's a 7-star. So if you want to awaken her abilities at a 6-star, this might be good, but otherwise you don't really need it. Reduce damage mitigation 25% for all allies for 4 turns. It's nice to have 4 turns there, but it also increases MP consumed, awakening +2. Just off the bat, I'm thinking if you run a support unit like Nicole or even later Zargabaath, which has an enhancement as well and 7-star awakening, you won't need it really. So very low priority. Cyclone Shield, I think. Empress of Winds. This is passive, I believe. Yes. So the base passive is 30 magic, wind resistant 100%, and what she gets is a boost spirit by 30%, which is really good for survivability. 100% resistant to confusion, which she could use, I guess, but it's, you know, I mean, no complaints there. But then +2, you get a boost LB damage by 50%. Okay, so this is what I wanted to look at. Boost damage of certain abilities. Tornado, because Tornado becomes a 3x mod base. So what the heck? That's crazy. So it becomes a 3x base, but then with her STMR equip and a 7-star, would that equal 5 times? You gotta be kidding me. No, it can't be. It can't be that broken. Is it additive or multiplicative? Anyways, if you guys watch this video, let me know, because by the time I post this video, there's probably even more data anyways. So, oh man, she is so broken. I really want her now. I regret not pulling for her when she was originally released. I didn't have the funds to pull for her when she was originally released. Sunder. Let's see here. Sunder, we talked about that. It is a finisher skill. If you use after Eroja, Flurry, Looming Tempest, all that stuff, it becomes a 10x mod. But it already boosted damage amount to 10 times. So does that become 20 times? Or is it limited at 10? Oh, that's really confusing. Removes the need to use Flurry. Oh, okay, never mind. So it is just 10 times. I see. And a power up after using Tempest Eye. Okay, and then becomes 15 times. I see. Okay, perfect. Answered my own question. Awakening 2, boost damage amount to 12.5 times, and then to a 20 times. Ooh. Because it's not magic, it's a skill. I don't know how beneficial that is. She will be able to output decent damage if you don't break the stack. So I don't know if Awakening Sunder would be that important. But Empress of the Winds for sure. 100% awaken that. Oh man. But then that I'm gonna check that 50% LB increase on the Empress of Winds +2 as well. Let's see here. Her base at 7-star maxed is 5.4 times magic damage mod, wind and lightning damage. Ignore 50% to all enemies. So that's a 10.9 times damage with a 50%. So would that be a 20 times? I think so. 20 times mod? Oh, no. It would be a 50% increase. So that would be about a 16 times mod-ish. 16. And then the debuffs too. It decreases lightning and wind resistance by 4. The cost is 20 crystals at 7-star. It becomes a 9 hit. So perfectly chainable, I guess, if you use another Barbie as a partner. But it's a low cost LB. And if you're dual chaining Tornado, you're gonna, I guess you lose your stacks though. But otherwise you get imperils. 100. So basically 3-turn imperil, I would say by 3 turns you'll get the LB. So it's basically always 100%, 104% wind resist. And lightning decrease, like debuffed. So imperiled all the time. I just don't know if it breaks stacks. If it breaks stacks, it might not be worth it. but I'm not quite sure how the stacks break. So someone can definitely comment and teach me that. Because I really want her now. Might be unit of choiceable in my opinion. She actually might be that good. Alright. Next I want to take a look at Zargabaath. I want to take a look at more of the global exclusive units right now because I think they're more hype at the moment. I'm so surprised that they released 2 global exclusive units, which means they are really serious about releasing Fry at the end. All right, the non-limited, the non-time limited global exclusive units, they're gonna release Fry at the end, and I think Fry, the original Fravia, is going to be good. Even with Aurora Fravia coming up, I think original Fry is still going to be good. So STMR is Judge's Oath. It's pretty good all around. I mean, it's probably the best in one of the best in slot for a tank. 30% HP, 30% defense, 30% spirit. This is the STMR again. Increase all elemental resistance by 20%. It's better than Judge's Helm because Judge's Helm doesn't cover dark. So it's kind of interesting that they would just give you all elemental resist, but I guess it's STMR, so I wouldn't be too surprised, I guess. Level 105, Prismatic Barrier, cooldown ability. Increased resistance to all elements, 60% to all allies is really good. The MP cost is really crazy on him though, that's the problem. If you have TT's STMR, that's like gonna be a best in slot for him, 100%. I mean, it cuts everything in half, and it gives you a 33% MP increase. So but yeah, anyways, Prismatic Barrier, 60% all elements, resist to for 3 turns all allies, and then has break resistance for attack, defense, magic, and spirit, 100%, 3 turns to all allies. So that he becomes an incredible support unit. I would say as good or better than 7-star CG Nicole. And the only reason I can say that is because I have been really using CG Nicole a lot in JP, so I'm really familiar with his limitations. And like I said before, like Nicole at 6-star becomes like the best support unit, and at 7-star he gets better, but not that much better, just like slightly better. But again, we don't know if Global is gonna give him like some specific extra buffs. He might be even better than he is in JP. But anyways, with the information that I have, he's really good. It enables quickening for 2 turns. So quickening is a skill that's linked behind a skill ability. So basically a linked ability. You'll be able to cast twice: Arcadian Crest, Berserk Crest, Blade of Justice, Hero Crest, Judgment Blade, Rejuvenate, Sacred Strike, and Vengeance Blade 2 times or more in 1 turn. And what that means is he'll be at least at kind of a dual castable buffer state. So Arcadian Light, I mean, there's a lower buff than Nicole, 100% for all stats, but it increases stop resistance to all if you've enhanced it. Blind, Paralyzed, Confused, and Disease resistance as well. Word of Law, damage mitigation, if you enhance that, I think it's a 30% damage mitigation, so you can dual cast it. It's kind of like Nicole, but the most important I think is the Rejuvenate part. Recover HP 100% and a 50% MP to 1 ally. If he could dual cast that and you could have like a perfect rotation, that's gonna be really good. Rejuvenate, enhanced, also has re-raise, so a single target re-raise. It's pretty crazy. Level 110, he gets Arcadian Crest. So Arcadian Crest is a bit better. It's a 60 cost, 60 MP cost. Wait a minute. Oh, it's 1 turn. No, it's 1 turn. Yeah. I was like, what? It doesn't make sense. I thought it was AoE. It's 1 turn, 150% attack, defense, magic, and spirit buff to 1 ally. And then Arcadian Crest would also be dual castable with quickening as well in that. So it becomes really good, and also removes attack, defense, magic, and spirit break for 1 ally. Very good all around. He has a lot in his kit that I wish all support units would have, which is break resistance and break removal, so like debuff removal. He has a Vengeance Blade, which is a physical damage 6 times. It's not bad at all. 6 times is really strong actually. Octo Slash Chaining Family, 8 hits, but it's a 60 MP skill. You can dual cast this as well if quickening is enabled. And then you have let's see here, you have Arcadian's Might, So another cooldown ability, 7 turn to cooldown, available on turn 1. Increase attack, defense, magic, and spirit by 140% all allies, and then mitigate damage 40% to all allies, and enables quickening for 3 turns. Now this is cool. You basically have to figure out his rotation, and I haven't figured it out yet, but off the top of my head, I think like first turn, depending on the battle, first turn you probably want to use Arcadian's Might. There's 140% all buff with a 40% damage mitigation, and enables quickening for 3 turns. And after the 3 turn of quickening is gone and your buffs are gone, because all the buffs last for 3 turns here, then you use Prismatic Barrier for another 3 turns. It's a 4 turn cooldown. But you have quickening again for 2 turns, and then by these 3 turns, once it's over, you could probably go back to Arcadian's Might while you're doing Rejuvenate, Word of Law, Arcadian Light, doing all you need in between. He might just be really, really good. Okay, I gotta say that. I know I keep repeating it, but I'm emphasizing how good it is. I can see definitely potential. Like, I've been using him for a couple of trials just because he brings like the stop resistance. Rejuvenate is really handy as well. But now he becomes better. He becomes a solid dual castable support unit, but it's just that he has a rotation in it, so it's just a bit harder to use, but not impossible to figure out. At 7-star, I'm looking at his passives now. 101, with a TMR equipped, he gets increase in defense, spirit, HP, and MP 20%. Increase to stop resistance 100% by himself, to himself. So if you have Judge's Helm on him, he becomes really good. No stop. So he can't be stopped, that's good. Upgrades LB. So upgrade LB, I'm gonna take a look at it. Upgrade LB, it becomes a, max 7-star LB. It becomes a 50% damage mitigation with 150% attack, defense, magic, and spirit buff. Wow. Okay, so ideally you would want his LB in his rotation as well. The damage itself is not that great. I mean, there's a 6.45 times physical damage, ignore 50% to all enemies. It's not much. You're not going to really be using that as a damage thing, but you will use it as what's it called? For buffs. 150% buff with a 50% damage mitigation. That already beats Nicole's 7-star LB, I think. No, I think 7-star LB, 7-star Nicole's LB is still better at buffs. I think I'm gonna double check. I'm gonna do this little session here a bit of justice, because I think it's really good to compare the two buffers. So Maritime Strategist Nicole. Okay, so alright, so this is pending if he doesn't get any buffs. No, it's the same. Yeah, so it's 150% attack, defense, magic, and spirit buffs for 3 turns, but also removes the debuff. So they're sharing similar like attributes, but just on different skills and LBs. It's a 40 crystal cost though, same as Nicole's LB. So both could use like LB per turn equipment and stuff like that on them, and it'll be helpful. 7-star level 105 enables dual wield. So enables innate dual wield. That's really awesome to have. I mean, he has a lot of good passives when you equip stuff on him anyways, like spirit and defense, HP, attack, and magic, all that stuff with like swords, greatsword, katana, hammer, spears. So with enable like automatic dual wield, it's really good. Plus he gets an additional spirit and defense buff, 15% for all of his, pretty much all of the sword types. So sword, greatsword, and katana. He gets attack, defense, and spirit, 15%. I'm not quite sure if you dual wield, you do a greatsword and a katana. Would that mean a 30% total increase on top of his authority +2? Let's see, sword and katana. Yeah, so greatsword and sword will give him defense and HP 20%, and katana will give him spirit and magic 50%. Sorry, spirit and MP 20%, magic 50%. Sword and greatsword will give him defense and HP 20%, and attack 50%. So realistically, I mean, he could usually wield hammers and spears as well, but unless you're going for the killers in it or the passives in the hammer, let's say sledgehammer with a 20% HP, you won't be using that anymore. You'll be using swords, great swords, and katanas, which is really easy, much easier to gear up. So it'd be kind of nice to have two. If you pulled the Nier Automata banner, 2B's katana, Virtuous Contract, gives you 20% MP, which was really weird at the time, but now that katana becomes like really good for Zargabaath. And Seaside, what's it called? Aloha Laswell Laswell's STMR 170 attack katana with a 20% or 40% defense or something like that becomes really good for him as well. So I take back what I said about those that gear back then. I think mention that Aloha Laswell's STMR might be good for Zargabaath, but then he's not really built as a tank. But now with all these passives, he might be actually pretty decent as a tank. The only thing is he doesn't have any tanking skills. So unless he has like innate draw, so Judge Meister's cloak is a specific item that is for Basch, for himself, and for Drace that has innate draw. I think 20% or 30%. Let me double check here really quickly. Doing my research live. Let's see here. Judge. Oh wait, it's already linked here. Judge Master's cloak. Increased chance of being targeted by 20% already, and increased LB fill rate by 30%. Oh, that's not bad. I didn't know about that. Okay, so this was a free, well, not a free, but you have to purchase it from a King Mog event. Defense 35. And a 10% HP, and then Vortex of Judgment, which is a 20% chance of being targeted with a LB gauge fill rate, 30%. That's pretty good. And then you have like, let's say, Mughal Plushie on. You got innate draw, but then I don't know if you want to use Mughal Plushie. I don't know. I don't know how I would build him right now, but I'm saying as a tank, he should be pretty solid. Another thing is that by level 120, he gets another 20% HP increase, LB fill rate by 50%, and it also has physical evasion 20%. He already has innate physical evasion and magic evasion. Innate physical evasion already 20%, and magic evasion is 20%. So 40% physical evasion innate. That's not bad. I mean, it could be a good combo for Illusionist Nicole if you're going for like an AoE physical cover tank. But I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I mean, with the damage mitigation he has, and he counters. So one of the things is like, maybe if you're beefy enough, if you have enough defense, spirit, or HP, and you have him up front to receive hits, he counters like mad, like Wilhelm level. And he can get LB crystals really fast that way. It might be beneficial to actually just spam his LB at that time. I don't know. There's a lot to play with, and that's why I'm really excited about these units, these Glex units, because we haven't had time to really experiment with them yet. So I'm really looking forward to it. Now Rem, I'm gonna do a little flyby here, because the reason is Rem has always been like on JP. She's been my like favorite healer. I have her STMR now on global, so I'll fuse that at a later date. I don't really feel like awakening these units like right away. I don't need them right away, so I'll probably awaken them when I actually pull more of them, pull the type banners, or the batch banners rather. But Rem, apparently someone told me that she gets an increased magic, so she gets a true dual wield magic 30% when you dual wield, and usually you would run her dual wield. You would give her at least Defender's Dagger, her own time limited King Mog event dagger. It has a 68 magic, 35 spirit, not bad, and it has a Manalchemy, which is increased magic by 15%, auto heal 60 HP, 1.2 times mod per turn. Actually, you know what? It might not be best in slot for her anymore. Just realized, because if she has all these passives, you might be able to cap her magic even without that dagger. Everything else looks about the same. Her TMR equipped, her TMR ability, she gets a 2 times increased damage modifier her to a dagger boomerang. Now dagger boomerang, if you don't know this, on JP she doesn't have dagger boomerang. Boomerang is a global exclusive skill, and she also has a global exclusive awakening, like enhancements, but I don't think she's gonna have the same enhancements as JP. So in JP, her Thundaga, Firaga, Blizzaga all get abilities where you can actually stack over time. So you can actually enhance those abilities, and it stacks. It acts sort of like a mini Firaja, Thundaga, and Blizzaga, but she doesn't get it in global. I mean, she gets her Tornado Chain, Quake, that's normal. She gets Kuraja, which is why she's a pretty good healer in JP, and so she will be as well here. She could dual cast Raise, Kuraja, of course. The only thing is her re-raise is not a magic, it's a skill. But with it enhanced, it's not bad either. It gets 100% HP auto revive for 5 turns if you've enhanced it. So I don't think JP has that in her enhancements. JP also doesn't have Kuraga +2, so feels bad, man, for anyone who actually who actually ability awakened that. It's a wait, no, what? Yeah, feels bad, man. Yeah, so I misread Kuraja's mods, and yeah, it's Kuraga +2 will pretty much never be used. So if you're new and you just pulled Rem, you're just like, should I awaken Kuraga +2? Don't bother. I mean, all it is, it's a very, very low MP heal, so I guess in a pinch you could use it. It's 10 MP versus Kuraja's 30 MP, but usually Rem has no MP problems. She can also AoE fill MP, 180% MP to all allies, but using 10 LB crystals. Okay, 10 LB crystals, while her LB at max at 7-star is a 20 LB crystals. She feels really, really quick. So ideally, actually, you probably would want some sort of what is it called? Item world enhanced. What's it called? LB fill rate. The high tide. There you go. High tide passive on one of her daggers, or even 2 if you're dual wielding daggers, since she can dual wield daggers, and she gets that increased magic, true dual wield, and she has magic and spirit passives when you equip with a dagger at 120%, 120 level 120. So ideally you should be able to get at least solid 1000 spirit, 1000 magic with her. I mean, she won't be the best magic damage dealer, but why I use her so much is because, one, she could cover 5 elements. So if you have those missions like do fire, lightning, ice, wind, and earth, she can do 5 elements by herself. She could dual cast it. She has dual black magic anyway, and she can chain now for Barbariccia. So if you have her as a healer, she can chain with Barbariccia if you don't have a partner Barbariccia to chain with, and she's not weak. All right, I haven't built her yet with the new global enhancements or global buffs. But with it, she should be a lot stronger. I'm guessing, depending on how you build her, I mean, you don't even need really 1000 spirit for her Kuraja to be really effective anyway. And that's pretty much what you would want the spirit for. It's for the heal. But I would say, like, yeah, aim for, like, I don't know, 1100 magic, 1200. She can at least get 1200, but needs really good gear, magic. And maybe gear for, I don't know, 900 spirit. It should be enough. It should be enough. I mean, her CD skills are really good. I mean, she gets a typical summon Eidolon that you get for all type 0 units. So kill yourself for the full Esper gauge. So very good to have. And then she gets an AoE re-raise on turn 1, but a 6-turn cooldown, and a 20% damage mitigation, and buffs 100 defense and spirit for all allies. So ideally, I mean, right now, man, if you get Rem, you got Zargabaath on the same team. Zargabaath can do re-raise. Zargabaath can do damage mitigation, buffs. Rem could be a really good healer on the side for Zargabaath. Really good partners. I can see some really good chemistry with them. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end this portion here. I mean, we got the Veritas of the Flame, Veritas of the Dark, Veritas of the Light, Preach. I haven't looked into them yet, if they have any new global buffs. Aiko and Beatrix as well. I don't own a Beatrix, so I won't be looking into her. Eileen as well. Of course, if you got her STMR, man, your hero is going to be really good. Anyways, I'm going to end this part here. I'm going to talk about the next surprising news sessions. So we've got arena improvements. I want to get to this before we get to our banners. Not much to talk about the banners, but I'm going to see here. So starting after the maintenance, so next week, so 18th, there's going to be some improvements and changes. So removal of monthly ranking and monthly reward system. What? No longer available. There'll be no changes in the monthly rewards, and players will still achieve their monthly arena rewards for this month based on their ranking. Okay, but it will no longer be. We'll still, okay. Improvement arena weekly rewards. We'll now be focused on weekly rankings with improvements in the weekly rewards. Weekly rewards will be improved the following ranking week. Okay. So what does this mean? It seems that they're doing stuff that is different from JP's arena as well. Unless they're nerfing it. So if you play JP, you know that the weekly arena rewards are actually really annoying to get on JP. It's not as good. And they don't have monthly rewards. So what does this mean? Are they going to the whale arena? Are they shifting that? I'm kind of worried about that. I'm hoping it's like brand new, because I want Global to bring something fresh. To make arena exciting again. Removal of arena series bonus units. Okay. It will be replaced with a brand new system. Okay, so let's predict the system right now. Oh, wait. It already does it. Introducing a specific unit point bonus system. Specific unit point will allow the player to receive more points when bringing specific units into arena. Specific unit bonus are not stackable. Oh, they're already going to JP, guys. This is coming a bit early. JP didn't get this until like much later, but this is coming early. So if you've never watched my JP videos, and I barely do arena, I guess, so that might be really hard for me to tell you guys this, but basically, instead of saying like, oh, this week is like Final Fantasy 15 units, they get a bonus, so you get a bonus like 10% or whatever increase in their passives, in their stats, you don't get that anymore. But you get a unit bonus system. So a unit bonus system it works like this. So if you use like the story Rain and Laswell, like the free ones, like when you start off the game, you get like a 25% bonus if you have them in your team. Now they can't stack, and it only takes the highest mod, and usually it's a 5-star unit, and it's random every week. At least in JP, I don't know if this is the same in Global. Random every week. They'll give you like 3 to 5 5-star base units. That will be the bonus unit. That will give you 100% bonus to the points. Now, if you're running arena without the bonus units, don't even bother, because without the bonus units, you're not going to get anywhere in the arena. It's 100 times, which means double the points that you can get from each arena win. So most likely, if you're not a whale or someone that has the 5-star base units on that week, you're gonna have trouble. But the only good thing is that at least it gives you a couple options to select. Now in JP, what they also do is the week of a banner release. So let's say this week was FF15 Ignis. They might do a bonus unit that's like, oh, Ignis will get 100% no matter what, and then they'll randomly choose others like Veritas of the Light, Kanshira, I don't know, someone else. They might do that. And so what it does is it gives the player some incentive to pull on that week to play arena better. But no, not a lot of people that I know are really, really intense arena fans, but maybe you will be after this, because I'm reading this and there's gonna be some new stuff coming. So, and depends on the rewards. Oh man, this is gonna be competitive, guys. This is gonna be competitive. Only the specific, okay, and then of course there's like 75% and then 50% bonus units as well. 75% units are usually 4-star base units, also selected at random, and also banner based. At least this is JP again. And then 50% units are 3-star base units, and then like I said, the 25% are from the story, like the free units from story. Those are 25, but no one really runs those. So ideally, you'll most likely be able to run 50%, 75%, and most often you should be able to run 100% the bonus unit. But remember, you only need one. So gear up your team just like regular, but just like swap in one will be a bonus unit constantly, and this will make your arena experience much more easy. Now the only thing is the forbidden skills will still be applied. Even based on this, there's no changes to that. So the type or category of units is removed. Now it's the bonus units, but the forbidden skills are still in effect. So you gotta be really careful when you're selecting your bonus units as well. Let's say if I don't know why you would really run Ignis, but let's say Ignis is the bonus unit again, use him as an example, and let's say buffs are not allowed. All right, then it's kind of pointless running him, you know. That's just a really bad example, actually. Or let's say Hyo. The weak is Hyo is one of the bonus units, and dual cast ability is not available. Then people will take advantage of that. Know that even if you run him as a TDH, you won't be able to one-shot. So they're gonna go full evasion, for example. That's how you counter it. That's how you play arena, really for fun. Let's see here. Arena medal exchange rewards. Okay, so this is a medal exchange rewards, not the tickets yet. Reward board for each player will retain their current progression, but there will be improvements in the arena medal exchange rewards. So when you complete the board, I guess? I don't know, we'll have to see what that means. So when you complete an arena board, usually you get like a pot, like a 4-star pot of any kind, like random, which is what you really are aiming for when you're trading away the arena coins. But I have no idea what this means. Does this mean like the entire board is changed? That would be nice too, because there's a lot of rewards in there that's pretty bad. Like the cactuars, like the mini cactuars. Yeah, I don't even know if those are relevant anymore. I think they'll start shifting it. So in JP as well, the arena tickets, I would definitely recommend, if you're watching this news video, keep your arena tickets, because in JP it's enhanced so that you only get star quartz, pots, like actual good cactuars, I think, or maybe you don't even get cactuars anymore. So energy pots. So that's what I mean by pots. Energy pots, pots like stat pots, star quartz, and other goodies, but you don't get all that crap anymore. In global currently, if you trade arena tickets, all right, arena tickets, you get some crap. So save your arena tickets until they make that change. So it seems that global is speeding this up, which is kind of nice. I do think that global's arena is kind of boring now. I just don't like that they removed the monthly ranking rewards though. That was one of the ways I got so many Moogles, but you know, can't complain. We'll see what the changes are like later. And very last, we have our 7-star release, of course. Man, took me by surprise. But this won't be available until next week. So Monday on the 15th, you can begin to pull this. Now, like I said in my review of Barbariccia, I mean, there's a reason why she's front and center. One, she's a Glex unit, and second, she is just incredibly strong. I really hope I get her. In this banner specifically, I already have Preach's STMR, I already have Rem's STMR. I don't really need more, especially Preach. Hopefully not Preach, please don't be salty. Barbariccia would be really awesome if I can even get her at a 7-star, but she might be universe choiceable for me. I'll have to build her in the builder to see how good she is. I need one more Eileen for an STMR, which would be fantastic. I need one more Veritas of the Flame for an STMR, which also would be fantastic, because then like units that require only heavy armor for really high attack would get the benefit, because he has a 38 attack, 38 defense, heavy armor, which is the strongest attacking heavy armor, with a 80% fire resistance, of course. Everything else is what? More details about Barbariccia's ability awakenings will be announced at a later date this month. More details? Nani? What? So the news we got apparently is not even all of it. That it might be an exaggeration. Or they changed their mind. They made this banner and then they weren't releasing her ability awakening until later. Unless I misread the news. Does she not get the ability awakenings right now? I may have misread it. Maybe that original banner thing that we were looking at for 30 minutes was only to hype you to pull her. Oh, that could make sense. That could make sense. I must have misread it. Alright, so I'm gonna probably get a lot of people in the comments. What, Jagan? She's not getting her announcements yet, man. She's not getting her ability awakenings yet. I don't often do this. Alright, let's continue. Oh, step up banner, so it's the same. 2 per player. I think I'm gonna pull all steps, guys, if I don't get the right units. 4,000 lapis, the same old, like our previous 3rd and 4th batch. But sadly, it's not like our 1st and 2nd batch, where it's 3,000 lapis. Darn it. But increase rate up, ×2 by step 2. Man, I really hope I get the right units. We'll continue on part 6 here. And of course, part 6, Beatrix's STMR is really good as well. I have 0 Beatrix, so I really don't care if I get her or not. I mean, it'd be nice to start her off. I need 1 more Ico or Aiko, okay? Alright, some people really bash my pronunciation. I like saying Ico. I need 1 more Ico to make her 7-star, and again, I haven't looked into her kit yet. She's already really good in JP at 7-star, so I can't wait to see if she gets any global buffs. Zargabaath, of course, if I get 1 more, I get the STMR, very juicy. 1 more Veritas of the Dark STMR, 1 more Veritas of the Light STMR, so all in all, both banners are worth it for me to pull on. And I think I'm gonna go ham all of it. And what this also means is that this is for part 1 of the news. That means I'm not gonna pull for Citra. Her step up is not worth it to me at this point. I may pull some tickets. Hopefully I do land her quick. But again, I was only going for her 1 TMR. Anyways, that's a lot of stuff. This could have been like an hour-long news video if this was combined with the previous one. But again, this released on Thursday, and most of you guys probably already busy awakening your units. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. I am very impressed with all the changes to the Glex unit, which means I really am not as scared for Fravia now. I think she's still going to be really good. It's just that Aurora Fravia will be even better. Alright? Anyways, I'm going to end that here. If you guys have Discord, check out the Discord server. Follow me on Twitter and subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.